Hello Healthinistas, and welcome to my channel 50 something. This channel is for the overall well-being of people 50 and older. But don't worry, if you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, and 40s, you can still apply the content. Today I want to continue episode 3, part 2, My Life as a Kidney Donor. If you haven't watched episode 1 or episode 2 or even episode 3 part 1, be sure to go back and watch those 3. Anyway, I want to continue. There were some pictures of my incisions that I needed to show you in part 1, but I chose not to because I didn't want it to be too long. So here are the pictures. Here's a picture of what you're going to see would be the smaller incisions, as I was telling you about, the one on my torso, one in my pelvic area, and then one in my navel. Those were for the tools and the endoscope. And then the 2-inch incision, my bikini line, that's where the kidney was pulled out. So anyway, stayed in the hospital for 3 days, and then I was released. And when you're released, they're going to push you out in a wheelchair. They're not going to allow you to walk. But if you notice, I have a pillow that I'm holding. They gave me a smaller pillow. That pillow was a lifesaver, and it still is, because to this day I use that pillow for lumbar support at work. So it's been wonderful. But anyway, that pillow I needed for being in the car, getting anytime I would cough, because I had remnants of a cold before I had the surgery, so I still had some latent coughs. Well, anytime that I would cough, I would hold it against the incision, and then it would make it better. I'd be able to, still painful, but it made it bearable, and I wasn't herniating anything. And then I had 5 days after surgery was Christmas, and I had the bright idea of going to a family member's house. Both the recipient, my niece, and me and other family members, we all went to one family member's house. Well, the trip was excruciating because of potholes in the streets. This is DC area, but still there are some bumpy areas, and so that was painful. And then when I got back, I was in so much pain. So my daughter did an interview with me while I was in pain, because I wanted to chronicle everything that was going on with me. So you're going to see a clip of her asking me questions and about how I was feeling. And after you watch that, I'm going to talk to you about blood pressure.
This is for 50 something originals. Is this too bright for you? How are you feeling?
I have pain where my stitches are because every once in a while I cough. And so it hurts, and I have to push a pillow against it to try to keep it from hurting. So I took my pain medication.
How many tablets do you take?
I take 2 tablets every 4 hours as needed. It's called Dilaudid.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate your pain?
Well, right now it's at an 8 because I did go out to a family member's house for Christmas dinner, and coming back had to take the stairs one at a time. So and the coughing is what did me in. So that's why it's at an 8, and I'm putting some ice on it because it seems like part of the stitches is a little bit inflamed, so I'm icing it down.
You find it uncomfortable to do anything any regular activities that you would
Right, I'm not there yet because it hasn't even been a week since the surgery. So my advice is not to do too much. Just give your body time to rest, and you're supposed to be walking around as much as possible, but Everything today was just over the top.
Do you have any last pieces of advice
Or what?
for 50-something originals?
It's given the gift of life, so I'll sacrifice all over again. It's just, you just have to know that you will be in a little bit of pain, and just take good care of your body. It'll pass sometime soon.
All right. And what do we always say? What do we always say? Doing something is better than nothing.
One of the things you want to be sure to do is to take your blood pressure 1 week before the surgery. And that way you know what your blood pressure is before surgery. And they're going to advise you to do that. Even if they don't, I advise that you do that because it's very important. The other thing was that after surgery, you want to still take your blood pressure every day. When you wake up, after you use the bathroom, you want to make sure you take your blood pressure. And I did that, and that's what it showed me, that my blood pressure started to rise, because your body is in distress. You've just had major surgery, and so it's important. And I pride myself on not being on any medication, but my nephrologist told me I had to be on lisinopril and 5 milligrams of that, because it's more important to protect my organs. It's not important for me to it's ridiculous for me to have high blood pressure and then end up having kidney disease or heart disease. So I ended up being on lisinopril for a few months. So it's very important to monitor your pressure. And as I'm filming to this day, I still monitor my pressure every day, because I want to make sure that I'm out of the danger zone, basically. So that's another important thing that I have to stress to you to be able to do. Well, I think this will end episode 3, part 2. Stay tuned for episode 4, when I actually went out and felt good 16 days after surgery and was doing my walks and feeling pretty good. So as always, I always say for my Healthinistas that doing something is better than nothing. So take a hold of your health and do something towards your health, which is better than nothing. Until next time.